Today we would be talking about the types of ecosystems, and particularly we would be talking about aquatic ecosystems. Before we'll try and understand what an aquatic ecosystem is, we'll go back to our previous lecture and we'll try to understand what is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community of organisms that live and interact within a particular environment. Within an ecosystem, the living things or organisms like plants and animals work together with non-living things like weather, soil, light, and climate to keep the ecosystem up and running properly. We have two types of ecosystem: natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem is further subdivided into two parts. We have terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem, it includes forests, grasslands, deserts. We have already covered this part in our last lecture. Today we would be talking about the aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem is further divided into two types. I already told you: freshwater ecosystem and marine water ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem is subdivided into different categories. We have lentic water bodies where water is stagnant, it's not moving or running, like a lake or a pond. Lotic water bodies where water is running, like we have streams and rivers. Then we have freshwater wetlands, which comes under the freshwater ecosystem. And marine water ecosystem, it includes estuaries, coral reefs, we have mangrove forests, etc. So what is an aquatic ecosystem? Simply an ecosystem that's present in water is an aquatic ecosystem, or we can say that communities of plants and animals living in water are known as aquatic ecosystems. So these aquatic ecosystems are classified basically on the basis of salinity. So what is salinity means? Salinity means salt concentration. So on the basis of salinity, these are divided into freshwater ecosystem and marine water ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystems are found in water that contain low concentration of salts. The concentration is less than 5 ppt. And marine water ecosystems are found in water that contains, the salt concentration is equal to or more than 35 ppt. So we can say marine water ecosystem is found in the waters that are salty or saline. So how is this fresh water distributed globally? The distribution is very uneven. You already know that 97% of the total water that's present on Earth's surface is in oceans. So only 3% of this water is present is on the surface is fresh. So only 3% of the water is fresh. Out of this 3% fresh water, 69% resides in glaciers and 30% is present underground. So we have just less than 1% of fresh water available in lakes, rivers, etc. All these freshwater ecosystems, they are regulated by hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle means what? It's also called as water cycle. You can also call it as water cycle. So water cycle क्या है? The continuous process of water movement via precipitation and evaporation. Oceans play an important role here in the hydrological cycle because जो evaporation है, this mostly happens via oceans. Ocean से evaporation मतलब water it gets converted into water vapors, evaporation, and then again clouds are formed. Then these clouds as water vapors, they get converted into liquid, and in the form of precipitation like rainfall, snowfall, hailstorm, it again comes down on the earth, and in the form of runoff, then it reaches the ocean again. And some of the water, it gets percolated into the soil. which adds to our groundwater, which forms our groundwater. So oceans also play an important role in the hydrological cycle because precipitation consists of evaporated oceanic water basically. So I already told you freshwater ecosystems include lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, springs, wetlands. So these are the pictures of few freshlands, like we have rivers, lakes, ponds, wetlands. So these lakes and ponds, the lentic water bodies, they are divided into different zones determined by depth and distance from the shoreline. We have three zones in lakes and ponds. First is littoral zone. Littoral zone is close to the shoreline. You can see these zones where water actually touch the shore. This is called as littoral zone. Nutrient rich. Littoral zone is rich in nutrients. Sunlight penetrates, so photosynthesis occur. So plants would be there, obviously. And this part is limnatic zone. This open water part, this is called as limnatic zone. You can find algae, aquatic plants, insects, fish in this part from here to here. This is limnatic zone. This limnatic zone is also called as photic zone. Photic means where sunlight penetrates. This part is called as profoundal zone. So this is the part where sunlight doesn't reach, so no photosynthesis. So only decomposers would be present like bacteria and all, and low fish population would be there because oxygen would be very low. This is how lakes and ponds are divided into different zones. Then we have river ecosystem, lotic ecosystem. These mainly refer to rapidly flowing waters that move in a unidirectional way. You can see rivers move in a unidirectional way. These environments have numerous species, beetles, mayflies, stoneflies, several species of fish including trout, eel, minnow, etc. So coming to wetlands, what are wetlands? Wetlands are basically the areas where the soil is saturated with water. These lands can be extended to hundreds of kilometers and can be found with areas of floating or immersed vegetation of aquatic plants. The vegetation can be floating, like you can see here, lotus plants, they are floating, or the plantation that's available there would be immersed. The fauna diversity is often extremely high in wetlands. A lot of flora and fauna is there because they are highly productive ecosystems. You'll see various types of fish, mollusks, reptiles, insects, plants, and mammals, etc. Marine ecosystems, they cover the largest surface on the earth. Two-thirds of the earth is covered by water, which constitutes oceans, seas, reefs, intertidal zones, etc. These oceans are home to more than 5 lakh aquatic species. Some species like shellfish, sharks, tube worms, crabs, small and large ocean fish. The form of life in oceans is very unique and it's native to its habitat. Then we have estuary. It's another type of marine ecosystem. What is an estuary? Estuary is basically it's an area where freshwater river or a stream it meets the ocean. When fresh water and sea water combine, the water becomes brackish. It's not very salty, it's not very fresh, so you can call it brackish water or slightly salty. Many plants and animal species thrive in estuaries. The calm waters provide a safe area for small fish, shellfish, migrating birds, and different shore animals would be found there. We have mangrove forests. Mangroves are group of trees and shrubs that live in coastal intertidal zone. Mangrove forests make up one of the most productive and biologically diverse ecosystems on the planet. They grow in a variety of depths of salt water, their roots sticking out of the mud. You'll find fishes, crustaceans, and host of other species living between tree trunks. This is how a mangrove forest looks like. It's filled with water when there is high tide, and water level goes down when there is low tide. Another type of marine ecosystem is coral reefs. Coral reefs are productive ecosystems. They are basically the limestone ridges built by the tiny coral animals called as coral polyps. These corals are basically limestone ridges that are secreted by the animals called as corals. That's why they are called as coral reefs. And you'll see different types of very different and a beautiful productive ecosystem is. It is it's present in shallow and clear tropical seas where water is shallow and it's clear. Tropical seas, you will see different types of fish, snails, spines, etc. This is the picture of Great Barrier Reef of Australia, how it looks like from above. And this is how a coral reef looks like inside. These are the coral species, different types of fish. So how are these aquatic organisms classified? Aquatic organisms, these are the organisms that live in water. They are classified on the basis of their zone of occurrence. इनको हम क्लासिफाई कैसे करते हैं? On the basis of their zone of occurrence. Zone of occurrence means ये कहाँ पाए जाते हैं पानी में. So we have planktons. Planktons means they are small microscopic organisms. If they are plant-like, they are called as phytoplanktons. If they are animal-like, they are called as zooplanktons. So planktons are mostly microscopic. They can be either animals or plants. So zooplanktons and phytoplanktons, they float freely. So the organisms that float freely, they are called as planktons. Nectons, organisms that swim actively, they are active swimmers like fish. So fish are called as fish, sharks, etc. They are called as nectons, active swimmers. And benthos, these are the organisms that live, they are bottom dwelling organisms that live under the surface, under the ocean surface, that live at the that live at the bottom of the ocean surface, or any water body, bottom of the water body. Like we have crabs, starfish, worms, etc. So what is the function of these aquatic ecosystems? Why are these important for us? These aquatic ecosystems, they store and clean the water, that is crucial for people and wildlife. Healthy freshwater environments supply water for drinking, growing crops, manufacturing, etc., energy and transport. They also help to prevent erosion. They provide natural protection from flooding. Aquatic ecosystems perform many environmental functions like recycling of nutrients. They help in the purification of water. They help in recharging groundwater and provide habitats for wildlife. Aquatic ecosystems are also used for human recreation and are very important to the tourism industry, especially in coastal regions. Thank you. This is all for today.